This week on Country Fried Rock, I talk with Ben Miller of the Ben Miller Band from Joplin, Missouri, a band I first discovered on a whim as they were opening up for another Country Fried Rock featured band, Bloodkin, when they were touring with the late Bobby Keys. It's always a great surprise to have a band on a bill who you've never heard of, and they get up on stage and blow your mind. Well, that was what the Ben Miller Band did the first time I saw them. They've had a lot of changes since I first caught them, with their most recent album, Any Way, Shape, or Form, released with New West Records. With a washtub bass, homemade stomp boards and percussion, and the electric spoons, Ben Miller Band is more punk rock than old time. Ben Miller of Ben Miller Band, today on Country Fried Rock. We really appreciate your support for Country Fried Rock. Every so often, we offer a limited edition t-shirt, only on sale for 3 weeks, and when they're gone forever. Our brand new design is a spark plug with a very small Country Fried Rock logo, on sale now for 3 weeks only at teespring.com/countryfriedrock4. It's the limited edition t-shirt number 4, designed by Skillet Gilmore, noted musician and designer with Crawl Space Press. They're super soft, women's, kids, V-neck, hoodie, long sleeve, and they're all on sale right now for 3 weeks only. teespring.com/countryfriedrock4. Get yours before it's gone forever. This week on Country Fried Rock, we decided to take the show on the road for a few weeks, testing out some new technology for mobile recording. Yep, it sounded like a great idea, but unfortunately, it doesn't sound that great. So don't miss a minute of the Country Fried Rock road trips on countryfriedrock.org.
My guest today on Country Fried Rock is Ben Miller of Ben Miller Band. Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Fantastic. Well, it was a big surprise the first time I saw you. I guess I was going to see my friends in Bloodkin play in the Myrtle Beach Oktoberfest back in 2012, and y'all were on the bill. But the really cool part about that night was Bobby Keys played with them. He came out and did a few songs on that particular run, and y'all just blew me away.
Wow, I liked it.
I mean, just fun. It was great. And I think the entire crowd was just really, really into it. Since 2012, things have gotten crazy for y'all. Let's start now and move backwards. How's that sound?
Okay, like right now we're touring on this new album. Came out late summer, and before that we did a couple tours in Europe and all over the country this year, putting on as many shows as we possibly can. And next year's looking super crazy. Like we'll be out for a long time next year.
One of the coolest things about seeing you all live is how well you all can shine in different types of venues. With all the instrumentation that you all use, is that something you decide on the fly, or is that something you all have to kind of set ahead of time?
No, we do things on the fly mostly. There's just been a handful of times where we tried doing set lists. They don't seem to work for us. I mean, they work, but it just doesn't seem as fun. I think everybody would get kind of, a little bit bored, stir crazy if we kept doing the same thing every time. So it's more about like what I project upon the audience that I think they want. They need something to get them moving right now, or everybody's looking really sweaty and tired. I think I better play a medium-paced song.
I don't think there's like a style that would fit any kind of name.
Yeah. That's a good thing. I think that's the way things seem to be moving, at least with my peer group that I know. They're not too into worrying about if it's one style of music or another. But we often get asked, like, what kind of music are you guys playing? Came up with the term Ozark Stomp, sort of a basic catch-all for the region we come from, and to give a little idea that it's going to be high energy.
Hey y'all, this is Sloan Spencer, the host of Country Fried Rock. We've had an incredible year with more people finding us on the radio and our podcast than we ever imagined. Thank you all so much. Careful what you wish for, you just might get it.
Hey, this is Ben Miller of the Ben Miller Band on Country Fried Rock.
What are the exciting things for y'all coming in 2015?
It's sort of the big picture is we get to tour with ZZ Top again. We're going to do that, and we're going to also be touring with a band called Blackberry Smoke. Yeah, really cool. So both of those runs are going to be really, really fun. We're also doing a run up to the Northwest, which is where I was born, and so I get to see some people I haven't seen in a long time, and we'll be touring with a band called Crow Moses in that direction.
Oh, nice. Yeah, in fact, Blackberry Smoke were some of the very first band we ever featured on the show. Love those guys.
No kidding. I'm looking forward to. I haven't met him yet, but I'm really looking forward to meeting him. Everybody says they run a really good operation and cool guys.
They're fantastic. You can talk bluegrass all day long with Charlie Starr.
Right on.
I mean, he knows more about more music. I mean, my mind is blown. He's amazing.
I think we made a lot of progress on figuring out how to do the studio thing. We got pretty comfortable in the studio this time, and also we had the luxury of more time. Basically what we had done before that is we would just go out to, our local area and be playing these songs, a lot of times without rehearsing them at all. That was the way we developed them, and we sort of needed to find a analogous way to do that in the studio, and so we just played things live, many, many times, and did a lot of takes of songs. The hurdle that we got over was being able to maintain that excitement, the energy of that song for multiple takes. It turned out pretty good.
Yeah. Had you all worked with a producer in the past?
Kinda. There were people in the studio before, but, Vance is, a very able and smart guy who's done a lot of stuff. Vance Powell, I'm not sure if your listeners know him, he did a lot of work with Jack White, Loretta Lynn, whole array of different projects that he's worked on and done really well with. And he's from Joplin, so we have that hometown connection with him. We hooked up with him down in Nashville after the tornado hit Joplin, and we wanted to do like a benefit album with him to support the rebuilding. Yeah, we just called him up. He was down with it, got us some free studio time, and we went down there, worked with him, and yeah, we loved working with him.
Connecting and being able to do something to help with the rebuilding is pretty incredible.
Yeah, it felt great.
And how are things going in the region?
Real good. I don't think it'll ever be exactly the same. Of course, it's going to leave a scar, but things have rebuilt in that mile-wide trench across town that was completely destroyed. It was a kind of a good thing for some people who built houses, and so because there was insurance money coming into town. It was also brought the community together. I don't know. There's a bigger sense of community after something like that happens. Being
able to work with someone like Vince Powell then on more than one project brings some familiarity. But how was he able to help push you all with this most recent record in any way, shape, or form?
The way we did it was we sort of, at least I looked at it as a speeding up of the normal process that we did during live shows, and so it was really just putting in the time and people finding their groove and adjusting to one another as the song sort of developed in a studio. And in addition to that, Vance would help throw ideas, like you just throw ideas at the wall, say maybe try something different here, or maybe lengthen this, or could use a few less verses, because I tend to overwrite a little bit.
Hey, y'all, this is Sloan Spencer, the host of Country Fried Rock. Those of y'all who listen on our podcasts, it's a quick hit of just the conversation. If you want the full radio program with all the songs that we talk about, ask for it on your local radio station, joining 20 other stations across the country. Get the goods at countryfriedrock.org.
Hi, this is Ben from the Ben Miller Band. We're out on the road with our new album, Any Way, Shape, or Form. Come out and see us.
Having seen y'all play several times, I know that all of y'all play several instruments, but there's even more instrumentation on this record than I expected. Did you all bring friends in to add a few layers?
We brought one guy in from Springfield, Missouri, who is a friend of ours, played in, bands that we had played with, and he's just a really special guitar player. His name's Gravy Boat Johnson. He's just a sort of a hillbilly guy that is a virtuoso and really adds a lot. So some of those slide steel guitar stuff that he put on there, that was gravy. It was great to have him around, and we did some shows with him as well, following the recordings, and maybe some more down the road, depending on availability for us and him.
Meanwhile, if people have not gotten to see you all live yet, I am not enough of a gearhead to appropriately describe homemade equipment that y'all have. Give just a taste of the cool stuff that y'all do.
Well, the bass we have is a washtub bass, so it's a weed eater string and a stick and a washtub, and we have Scott Leeper who plays that, and he's just a phenomenon. There's not a lot of washtub bass players out there, but he can do things that just don't seem possible. His pitch is incredible, and he sings harmony at the same time. It's a wild thing to watch happen with one string. Doug, he's sort of a jack of all trades, one of those guys that can pick up anything and do well with it. He plays drums, trombone, trumpet, mandolin, spoons, washboard, sings. I think that's it. Yeah. There's so many things. And the spoons are electrified spoons that are Cracker Barrel spoons with the plastic handle that we inserted a contact microphone on. And we run those through a bunch of guitar pedals. And from the latest album, you can hear that on Cuckoo.
I have been dying to peek under the washtub. You feel like it's someone else's skirt or something. I will say the washtub bass is absolutely mind-blowing live. As I say, I'm not enough of a gearhead to even be able to appropriately describe how cool it is. But all I can say for listeners, y'all have to go see them because you're not going to believe it.
Yeah, he runs his washboard through the pedal board, and it's got a flanger, wah pedal, delay, and so he can get a whole world of percussion sound through manipulating those guitar pedals. It has a lot of craziness to what we do. You know, it gets out there towards the edge of weird.
I'm your host, Sloan Spencer. You can keep in touch with us on Facebook, but I really like Twitter, where we are at Country Fried Rock, ending with ROK. And if you want to see pictures of my shoes, my dog, and my lunch, stop by Instagram. But whatever way you like to hang out, stop by and say hey.
Hi, this is Ben Miller from the Ben Miller Band. Come check us out at benmillerband.com.
Tell me a little bit about the double microphone setup that you use, being a mic person, of course.
Well, I generally use just a regular Shure 58 for my regular vocal, and then to accent that and just sort of give a different flavor for some songs or some parts of songs, and also play harmonica through, I wired up an old telephone receiver that acts as a microphone, and it was really just an accident that I found out that sounded good. I was waiting for somebody to pick up back when I had a landline, and I was playing harmonica, and it just sounded great through the earpiece. It sounded, distorted like a green bullet. The telephone sounded a lot like a green bullet to me from playing harmonica through it, and I went out and found a friend who knew a little bit about electronics, and he hooked me up by showing me how to wire it into an XLR jack and plugged it in, and it sounded great out of the box.
For the new record, all the songs were worked up and developed in the studio, not on the road.
Yeah. Well, it started out at me being at home and sort of working them out into a general form. Like, I didn't really get everybody's instrumentation down on most of the songs, but I had a clear idea of what they wanted them to sound like. Then I brought them into the studio as demos, and then let everybody listen to those, and went from there and adjusted things as they needed to be adjusted.
So do you continuously write?
Right now I'm sort of in the process of writing songs at home again and honing the songs that we have off this last record on the road. So mostly we're playing the most recent record on the road. Some older stuff before that. We haven't worked any more recent compositions since this last record into the set.
How do some of those existing songs change over time?
They just get better. I think almost all of them get better. Some of them get worse. It's a weird process where I don't exactly know how it happens, but sometimes we can play a song really well, and then a few months later we're just like, I don't remember what I liked about that. And it can happen the other way around too. It can be just like a ho-hum song in the studio, and then live it just takes on a life of its own. Life on Wheels was like that. I was sort of a little indifferent on the record to that one, but live it's just sounding great now.
Who have you all really gotten to like based on who you've seen live?
Our local region has a lot of great people that we love. We love Tyrannosaurus Chicken. They're out of Fort Smith, Arkansas. We love Mountain Sprout. They're out of Eureka Springs. Kansas City Bear Fighters are really cool. We got to play with Stomp, who's a great band out of... Man, I love those guys. Those guys got a cool thing going. Dirtfoot out of down in Louisiana. They're also an incredible band that we got to play with a bunch of times. I think it was just a happen chance thing that we went up to Chicago quite a bit. We need some bands from up there. The Henhouse Prowlers were from up there, and we met those guys and traded some shows with them where they would come down and open for us, and we'd go up and open for them. And that really sort of cross-pollinated our fan bases in both areas. It worked out really good. We went there to Chicago quite a bit, and to Colorado a few times, and now we're just going everywhere. It's crazy.
Would you love to be able to swap shows with or that sort of thing? You haven't been able to in a while.
Man, we always love playing with Tyrannosaurus Chicken. I can't say enough nice things about them. They're a duo. They sort of think the same way about music that we do. Of course, just any way we get the job done, we'll pick up new instruments and try it out. Whenever we play with them, it always ends up just being everybody up on stage jamming out.
Safe travels to y'all. We really appreciate your time, Ben. Looking forward to catching one of these upcoming shows in the next year for Ben Miller Band.
All right, sounds like a plan. Thanks, Sloan.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
CountryFriedRock.org. Copyright 2015. All rights reserved. Our 2015 bed music is from Drivin' and Cryin's debut album, Scarred But Smarter. Got a great band you want to hear on Country Fried Rock? The best thing to do is tweet us at Country Fried Rock. That's Country Fried, R-O-K. You can subscribe to our weekly podcast on iTunes. Just search Country Fried Rock. Country Fried Rock radio programs are distributed to public radio through the Public Radio Exchange, prx.org. Our Country Fried Rock stinger is from Steve Soto and the Twisted Hearts.
Ever he been helping us some country fried